Welcome children. In this video, I'm going to explain you our new topic, that is separation of substances. So before we proceed, let's understand the types of matter or substances which is based on the microscopic level. As you can see on the board, here I wrote matter can be classified into two categories based on the microscopic level. But the question arises, what is microscopic level? As you all know, matter are made up of tiny particles, and these tiny particles are known as atoms and molecules. So, matter is classified into two categories based on the structure of matter, that we can say microscopic level. So, here are two types of matter: pure substances and mixture, which is also known as impure substances. Okay, so matter can be classified into two categories based on microscopic level, such as pure substances and impure or mixture. So let's get deep into the topic pure substances. Now, what are pure substances? Whenever this question asks to you, what will you say? Yes, you will say pure substances are substances without any contamination or impurities. Like that, pure substances are substances which contain only one type of material. Or we can say pure substance is made up of only one kind of atoms or molecules or particles, and these particles can be atoms or molecules. Okay, so pure substance is made up of only one type of atoms and molecules. Now the question arises, what is atom? As I told you, all matter are made up of tiny particles, and these tiny particles are known as atom. So atom is the smallest part of an element that retains the property of an element. Pure substances are element and compound. Okay, pure substances are element or compound. Now we will discuss them one by one in detail. Now I am going to discuss some characteristics of pure substances. Children, as you all know, there are many substances around us, like eatables, non-eatables, and other useful things. But we prefer to have only pure things. Okay, for example, we need pure milk to keep ourselves healthy. Okay, we need petrol to drive a car, but we need pure petrol so that your vehicle will not be damaged. Okay, so here I am telling you some characteristics of pure substances. Pure substances contain only one kind of particles, and these particles can be atoms or molecules. Okay, so pure substances contain only one kind of particles. Pure substances are element and compound. So there is two categories of pure substances, that are element and compound. Element has only one kind of atom which cannot be split further. Okay, for example, copper, silver, gold, these all are the examples of element. Okay, and they all are made up of only one type of particles. Okay, so in copper element, all atoms are of copper. In copper element, there are only copper atoms. Okay, in copper element there are only copper atoms. That's why copper element is considered as a pure substance. Okay, so there are so many examples. Water, which is also considered as a pure substance. Water is also considered as a pure substance. Okay, in that water molecules are there. It cannot tell us water atom, but in water there are only water molecules are there. That's why it's considered as a pure substance. Carbon dioxide, CO2, okay, which is also considered as a pure substance. Why? Because carbon and oxygen are mixed together in a fixed ratio. So it is also considered as a pure substance. Now the next point is components are present in definite proportion. Yes, in pure substance, components are present in definite proportion. For example, glucose. Formula is C6H12O6, which contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in a fixed ratio. That is 1:2:1 ratio. So you can see there is a fixed ratio. So components are present in definite proportion in pure substance. Now next is pure substance require chemical process to separate components. As you all know, we can remove impurities by using physical method like hand picking, filtration and so on. But pure substances are made up of only one type of particle, so it is not easy to separate components by using physical method. Okay, so components cannot be separated by simple physical method. Instead, the separation of components is carried out by chemical method, that is electrolysis. Children, now we will discuss types of pure substances. As you all know, pure substances consist of element or compound. So first we will discuss about element. What is element? As you all know, all the matter that is around us is made up of some basic pure substance called element. So element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substance by chemical method. Okay, so what is element? Element is a substance that cannot be split further by any chemical method. But what is the reason behind this? Why we are not able to break element in a simpler form? Yes, the reason is because an element is made up of only one kind of atom or molecules. Okay, reason is element is made up of only one kind of atoms and molecules. As you can see in the picture also, this element is made up of only one kind of atoms. That's why we are not able to break element in a simpler form. And what is atom? Atom is the smallest part of an element that retains the property of an element. Or in simple words, we can say atom is the smallest part of an element that take part in a chemical reaction. I hope you understood that elements are the purest form of any known substance. Okay? They are composed of only one kind of atoms or molecules. So there is neither proportion nor random mixing of substances. So we can say elements are the basic form of all materials. So an element is made up of only one kind of atoms and molecules. Two or more atoms combine to form molecules of that element. Okay? Elements such as gold, copper, sodium are formed by single atom. Okay? Element like gold, copper and sodium are formed by single atom. Molecules like hydrogen and oxygen are formed from two atoms. Okay, So a molecule of hydrogen has 2 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, like that. A molecule of oxygen has 2 atoms of oxygen. There is so many example. Nitrogen. A molecule of nitrogen has 2 atoms of nitrogen. Okay. Therefore, we can say a molecule may contain 1 and more atom which may be similar or dissimilar. So, elements combine in different ways to form everything around us. There are approximately 118 known elements in the universe. Among them, 98 are found in nature. The rest have been made by the scientists in the laboratory. Elements are present in different forms also. As you can see on the board here, I wrote solid, liquid and gas. Means elements are available in these 3 forms. So, elements which are present in solid forms are copper, gold, silver and so on. Elements which are available in liquid form, example are mercury and bromine. As you all know, mercury is used in thermometer. Okay. Now, example of gaseous element, oxygen and hydrogen. So, there are enough elements in the universe. And elements are the basic units of metal, non-metal and metalloids. So, elements are classified as metal, non-metal and metalloids. Okay, children, now we will discuss another pure substance, that is compound. As you all know, pure substances are classified into 2 categories, element and compound. So in this video we will discuss about compounds. As you all know, elements are combined to form another substance, another pure substance, are called compounds. So what is compound? A compound is a substance that is formed when 2 or more elements combine chemically in a fixed ratio. Okay. So compounds are those which have substance in fixed ratio. Now examples are water and the formula is H2O. Common salt, formula is NaCl. And carbon dioxide, CO2. So these are the example of compounds. You can see water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen element. In common salt, sodium and chlorine elements are there. In carbon dioxide, carbon and oxygen element are there. So you can see element combine to form compounds. There are so many examples of compounds like ammonia. Ammonia is made up of nitrogen and hydrogen elements. So you can see elements combine in different ways to form compounds, and compounds are pure substance. Here I would like to bring your kind notice. If you change the proportion of element, okay, if you change the proportion of substance, you will change the property of a compound. For example, if you remove hydrogen from a water, and the formula of water is H2O, okay, if you remove hydrogen from H2O, that is water, you will change the property of water, and water as a compound does not exist. Same happens in the case of carbon dioxide, that is CO2. If you remove oxygen from CO2, so carbon dioxide as a compound does not exist. So this shows fixed proportion must be in compounds. Okay. Compounds have different properties than element forming the compound. As you can see, here I made flow chart of water. So water is made up of hydrogen element and oxygen element. Hydrogen is present in gaseous form and oxygen is also present in gaseous form. So both of these are gases, but the compound water is a liquid. Okay, and their uses is also different. Hydrogen is a flammable substance, whereas oxygen helps in burning, and water is used as a fire extinguisher. I hope you understood. Compounds have different properties than element forming the compounds. So students, I hope you understood both pure substances, element and compound. Children, if you feel that video is very helpful for you, kindly subscribe my channel and share to your other friends also. Thank you for watching this video.